and we are saying that INEC is compromised, APC have influenced INEC, and we can see results are being changed. We have records of where elections did not take place and results have been prepared.
Concerned and called on the state security services and the Nigerian police force to immediately restrain persons such as Melaye, Momodu, and a certain pastor, Paul Enenche of Dunamis Church. They should be restrained from their clear call to violence.
The All Progressives Congress Presidential Campaign Council (APC PCC) has called on the Department of State Services (DSS) to invite the General Overseer of Dunamis Church, Paul Eneche, and Dino Melaye and Dele Momodu for questioning over inciting comments made about the 2023 election. During a press conference held on Monday, February 27, the Special Advisor on Media and Strategic Communications for APC PCC, Dele Alake, said they have observed with utmost concern about those inciting comments and called to violence members of other parties. So, what did these three people do? Dele Momodu, the Director of Strategic Communication of the Atiku Okowa Presidential Campaign Council, Dele Momodu, had called on President Muhammadu Buhari to call Bola Tinubu, APC presidential candidate, in the Saturday 25th February election to order over a publication he said was capable of setting the country on fire. Mr. Momodu, who is the publisher of the celebrity magazine Ovation, however said in a statement he released that Mr. Tinubu remains the only mainstream candidate whose February 25th Southwest was decimated by opposition parties in Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, Oyo, Osun and Ekiti. Mr. Momodu said that the Nation newspaper, believed to be owned by Mr. Tinubu, made a reckless, dangerous publication unilaterally awarding an impossible victory to the APC candidate. He also accused Mr. Tinubu and local chieftains of the APC in Lagos State of using thugs to burn ballot boxes and disenfranchise voters who are supposedly going to vote for the opposition parties in the state.
If you don't vote APC for a year, go your house. Nobody force you come here. Go house, so if I see you vote another, I will call look am. If I see you vote another party, go enter our house. You no come joke for here. This territory where you dey na APC o. Go your house. Go your house.
Only yesterday, we saw how thugs of the APC chieftains and his allies took over the streets of Lagos, burning ballot boxes and documents, and generally misbehaving in order to disenfranchise the determined electorate. Despite all of these ugly attempts at stealing victory, the APC suffered its worst cataclysmic loss in most of the polling centers in Lagos. The same happened in Kano. Incapable of ever being sobered by the crushing humiliation in its traditional territories, we woke up this morning to read about the pathetic and illegal lies cooked up by the Tinubu media goons. It carried on. We hereby call on INEC and the federal government to cage these troublesome APC chieftains. We have all been witnesses to their unruly behavior as they did everything to bully and blackmail President Muhammadu Buhari in order to chicken out of the currency swap policy. We also witnessed how they practically intimidated the president to the extent of forcing him to publicly display who he voted for in yesterday's elections. It was quite a bizarre, unfortunate and unprecedented scene to watch. Mr. Momodu then went on and called on President Buhari to find the courage to call the bluff of these desperate politicians who feel they can buy the whole of Nigeria. Dino Melaye. Dino Melaye and Emeka Ehidioha, who are PDP party agents, led some other party agents to stage a walkout from the National Collation Center for the presidential election results at the International Conference Center in Abuja on Monday, February 27, over a disagreement with INEC chairman Yakubu Mahmood with the process of result presentation. Dino and others had insisted that the results imputed on the Commission's result viewing portal IREV from the different state collation centers on February 27 be projected on a screen so they can compare it with the ones presented manually by state collation officers for the presidential election (SCOPs). They also insisted that the INEC chairman Mahmood Yakubu must not accept the results of Ekiti State, alleging that there were incidents of overvoting and electoral irregularities. But the INEC chairman refused and insisted that there were no overvoting in Ekiti and maintained that the results presented by the SCOPs stand. Dino Melaye called out Mahmoud Yakubu and accused him of colluding with the ruling party to rig the 2023 presidential election. Melaye, after the incident, spoke to journalists, said Yakubu has been trying to insinuate that they are just there to watch what he and the ruling All Progressives Congress allegedly prepared without having any input. He also said that the INEC chairman has refused to direct state returning officers to ensure that the results they are announcing are uploaded, adding that because the uploaded results will not tally with the one announced.
Party agents haven't observed that the national chairman of INEC is determined to rig the election by making sure that results are not uploaded, by vehemently making a presentation that makes it look as if we are all here to rubber stamp the fraud that has been cooked between INEC and APC. We are Nigerians, and we all know that there is nowhere on the server that results have been uploaded. It's now saying we should wait for the process to be completed before he will review, knowing fully well that once a declaration is done, there can't be any review but courts. So we are completely dissociating ourselves, and that's why we stage a walkout. All the political parties here stage a walkout to express the unfortunate politicization and commercialization of our electoral process.
Pastor Eneche. While speaking in his church on Sunday, February 26, Pastor Enenche warned that every attempt at scuttling the people's will or frustrating the youth's zeal would produce unimaginable consequences.
Dear friends, we have witnessed an unusually stressful and challenging elections and vote casting process under very difficult conditions in most cases. Some people's voting didn't start till around 1 p.m. Some people in some places had rains and all manner of things, all manner of strenuous conditions. But I saw patriotism, enthusiasm, and the determination of our nation's citizens for a change of story like I have never before seen. Record-breaking turnout crowds. Our polling unit, maybe the crowd multiply like 10 times of what it has ever been, with multitudes of first-time voters. Unfortunately, the human demons in our country and their lunatic mad agents in various parts of this country didn't allow for a peaceful and just process in those places. Video recordings of their misdeeds were flying from Lagos, from Rivers, from Kogi, from Anambra, etc., with thugs at the helm of affairs at certain units. Someone was saying, if you are not voting our party in a particular polling unit in Lagos, and the police was standing right there, leave here. What a country. I thought I heard an order that every thug should be shot down at sight. In some places, people are told, if you don't want to vote our party, go back to your place. In certain places, there was a report of no more presidential ballot papers. But there were ballot papers for senatorial and House of Reps. There were other places where a particular party's logo and name was not on the ballot paper at all. Also, there were cases of thugs snatching ballot papers. Underage voting. I think they showed me a clip of a boy of about, is it 4 years or 5 years, 6 years, casting a vote somewhere. The question is, who are the kinds of leaders or aspirants who will orchestrate those kinds of criminality? They are worthless, valueless, generational liabilities, mobile disasters, who have neither the credibility, relevance, or quality to command any form of followership or win any form of credible election. So they have to resort to criminality, thuggery, and all forms of manipulative devices to attempt to win. The Lord rebuke you. Those are primordial, medieval, outmoded, antiquated, outdated, primitive, obsolescent entities. ancient people who belong only to history and not to the modern times, bringing stone age, barbaric, savage, bestial, animal behavior into contemporary times, using ballot snatching and voter intimidation. When you look at them, they look like animals. Both those dogs and those who send them like animals. What monkeys will not do, what baboons will not do, are what these human demons in the name of so-called aspiring leaders, animals trying to lead the human beings. Impossible. Animals trying to lead people, animals, apes trying to lead human beings. It is impossible. We announce that they are at the end of their road, politically and otherwise, since they have confirmed that they don't belong to this age. Who are these kinds of leaders? They are detestable, abhorrent, reprehensible, obnoxious, odious personalities, bent on immersing the nation in the flavor of shame and ignominy in the eyes of the international community, as they watch all the terrible things through their contemptible, execrated, abominable electoral crimes and actions, bringing Nigeria into odium and opprobrium. We announce that the shame that they are trying to bring on the nation remains their shame forever. It remains the shame of all that pertains to them forever. Voting manipulation, all manner of things. Now, despite all these abnormalities cited, the people of Nigeria overwhelmingly expressed their choice of leadership through their vote everywhere, voting against even so-called aspirants and winning them in their own grounds, in their polling units, winning them in their territories, in their so-called states. The people spoke through their vote. This is my counsel to INEC. INEC, be strongly advised to do the right thing and do it on time. Issues of inability to upload results on server, failure of results upload from beavers machines, delay in the arrival of results, especially from the northern parts of this country, is raising suspicion. They are raising a lot of suspicion. What was the use of giving the hope to the country? INEC is ready. Beavers machine, automatic transmission of results. And yet we are here, still here now. Result manipulation and all manner of things are still going on. Kindly ensure that this is not game as usual. Every attempt at scuttling the will of the people or frustrating the zeal of the youth will only produce unimaginable consequences. You are not dealing with dummies. You are dealing with intelligent people. Nigerians are tired of the games of these demonic agents, and we are not going to take it anymore. People have voted. They are watching their votes. People already have the results of their polling units, etc., as confirmed at the end of the voting exercise. Just be wise. Do the right thing and go down in history in honor. I'm talking to the INEC leadership right now, the chairman. Do the right thing and go down in history in honor and dignity, or do the wrong thing and go down in shame and ignominy and infamy forever. God bless Nigeria. Stand up on your feet, people. 200 million people taken for a ride by a few irresponsible, redundant, remotely disconnected human entities that don't belong to this present age. Few of them, handful of them, valuable for nothing. They are sellable for nothing. They are not marketable. Taking a whole nation for a ride. You are joking. You are joking.
So these are the reasons why Dele Alake held the Monday, February 27th conference. He said,
Melaye's tweets threatening violence, Momodu going on TV to announce the purported winner, and Enenche's hate speech from the pulpit clearly violate every law of the land. They should not go scot-free.
The Christian community in this nation should even rise up to call him to order before the invitation of security agencies. We encourage the DSS to do their work by apprehending and restraining these people calling for violence to reduce the tension. Calling Pastor Enenche's statement an abomination, he said, "How can a supposed man of God be issuing threats on the pulpit because the person he and his brother endorsed is not winning? How can you desecrate the sanctity of the pulpit on the altar of partisanship? That is an abomination." Former Minister of Aviation Femi Fani-Kayode, who also spoke at the press conference, slammed Pastor Enenche for his comments on the altar about the elections, describing him as a disgrace to the Pentecostal Mission Society. "I was invited by the DSS for a tweet I made. We are all aware of that. Therefore, I see Eneche's outburst as an insult to so many pastors, particularly Pentecostals like myself. That is because when this violence they are calling for begins, they will run away and leave helpless Nigerians to face it." Is Dele Alake right to call DSS on these three men? Dele Momodu, Dino Melaye, and Pastor Enenche. Which of them do you believe is telling the truth? Or would you say they all did?
Share your opinion in the comment section down below. If you found this video informative, please comment, like, and share. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to be notified every time I upload a new video so that you don't miss out. Thanks for watching and see you on our next one.